Hey, what's up, you guys? Today we have top 10 horror movies. Hope you enjoy it, like and subscribe. Starting off with number 10, Repo, the Genetic Opera. This 2008 horror musical, directed by Darren Lynn Bousman, starring Terrence Sudnick, Paul Sorvino, Alexa Pena Vega, Anthony Head, and Bill Moseley, is based on the 2002 musical by the same name. An epidemic ensues, encouraging a biotech company known as GeneCo to begin doing financing for human organs. If the recipient cannot pay for said organs, the Repo Man, portrayed by Head, will come to collect. Number 9, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. Directed by Chuck Russell and released in 1987, this horror fantasy film, starring Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger himself, Heather Langenkamp reprising her role from the first Nightmare on Elm Street, and Patricia Arquette sees teens in a hospital being helped by Nancy Langenkamp to battle their nightmare demon, Freddy Krueger. Number 8, House on Haunted Hill. In this 1999 remake horror mystery, millionaire Stephen Price, portrayed by Jeffrey Rush, invites people to stay in an old asylum. He and his bitter wife, portrayed by Famke Janssen, offer $1 million to anyone who can stay the entire night without leaving from being too scared. When everyone is trapped in the asylum, they realize it is truly haunted and the spirits are incredibly angry. Number 7, 13 Ghosts. In this 2001 remake horror film about a family that inherits an old house from an eccentric uncle, you learn things are not always what they seem. The house has a very dark secret. It is home to 13 entities, and the house itself traps the family inside. What will they have to do to get away with their lives? This film has some pretty good star power in it as well, starring Matthew Lillard, Shannon Elizabeth, and Tony Shalhoub. Who the fuck gets married on Halloween anyhow? Not Eric Draven and Shelley Webster. In this 1994 film, Eric Draven, portrayed by Brendan Lee, after being brutally murdered the night before his wedding, he comes back from the dead on the anniversary of his death and tracks down the gang of murderers one by one to exact his revenge. Number 5, Terrifier 2. In this 2022 sequel, after being resurrected, Art the Clown, portrayed by David Howard Thornton, returns to Miles County to wreak havoc on a teenage girl, Sienna, portrayed by Lauren Lavera, and her brother Jonathan, portrayed by Elliot Fulham. Guys, if you haven't seen this movie and the first movie, get on it. They're fantastic. They're gory. They're disgusting. They're just what good horror should be. They're fantastic. Number 4, Trick or Treat. In this 2007 horror anthology starring Brian Cox, Anna Paquin, and Quinn Lord, the residents of a small town face real terrors on Halloween. These tales show the consequences of breaking the rules of Halloween. Don't break the rules, guys. They're there for a reason. They're very important. Happy Halloween. Number 3, Terrifier. This 2016 horror film, directed by Damien Leone, has our good friend Art the Clown, still portrayed by David Howard Thornton. He attempts to kill 3 women on Halloween night. It's, again, gory and gross and great and fantastic. Check it out. Number 2, Bride of Chucky. Directed by Ronnie Yu, this 1998 horror comedy follows killer doll Chucky, also known as Charles Lee Ray, portrayed by Brad Dourif, and his bride Tiffany, portrayed by Jennifer Tilly, in their hopes to enter human bodies. To find the amulet that will put them into these human bodies, they must hitch a ride to New Jersey with their future bodies, who have no idea that the dolls are alive. Yet. Number 1. My all-time favorite horror film? Scream. This film was inspired by the real-life true crime of the Gainesville Ripper. The late great Wes Craven directed this 1996 horror slasher film, reinventing the horror scene as we know it today. The film follows Sidney Prescott, portrayed by Neve Campbell, and her friends in Woodsboro, California. They become the target of a killer in a costume known as Ghostface. This film also stars Matthew Lillard, Skeet Ulrich, Jamie Kennedy, David Arquette, Courtney Cox, and Rose McGowan. If you haven't seen it, get on it, and where have you been? This movie is my favorite horror film for a few reasons. The main one being nostalgia. Me, my brother, and my sister used to watch this movie a lot growing up, and it's still one of my sister's favorite horror films to this day. So that, camaraderie, that feeling of this is something we have in common, really cements this movie in my mind as one of the greatest. The acting is fantastic. It borders on funny, but it's also crazy, and it's just really good. And it has Matthew Lillard in it. Let's be real, Matthew Lillard is a genius. I love him so much. Thank you guys so very much for watching this video. It was my top 10 horror films of all time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, comment down below all your thoughts. What's your favorite scary movie? Let me know in the comments below. Love you guys. Bye.